On tonight's show, we were almost a man down. Hey, we may not be sponsored tonight, but our guest certainly is. How many times are we going to hear G Fuel plugged? And we find out whether Milo has finally calmed down.
Never.
Welcome back to Incensed Podcast, episode 62, guys. How you doing?
62, still angry.
Listen, I'm as angry as that's the second time you've gone Incensed Podcast.
That's because we are Incensed Podcast. Check the t-shirt. What does it say? It says Incensed Podcast.
Mark, back me up.
I do feel like we've moved away from my roots a bit the last couple of weeks here. You know, it's a Pokemon Go podcast. But no, I'm pleased Milo's not as angry as he was before. That's always pleasant. But no,
he hasn't spoken yet. We don't know. He hasn't spoken yet.
I'm guessing. I can't see him. How are you, Milo?
I'm fine. No, I'm okay. All good.
You've got on a lovely shirt tonight.
He's dressed up. Yeah, he doesn't normally dress up, does he?
Yeah.
No.
I made an effort.
Well, so did Coops. Coops isn't in a dressing gown.
I knew that was coming. I fucking
That's
knew
the different
that
levels
was
of effort right there.
Exactly. Coops actually put clothes on.
No way, I just put on a plain black hoodie, which cost me like £4. It's not effort. It's not effort.
Ian, you're right if I jump in there and say, for the listeners, I was the person who nearly missed out tonight, and we've thrown everybody off track. We're recording on a Wednesday where we normally record on the Thursday, so Coops is fully dressed, Milo's fully dressed, Ian's fully dressed.
Well, the top half is, certainly.
I'm going to go Ian. Marky boy, I thought you were going to go Ian is still Northern.
Still Northern.
Screw you, hippie.
Screw you, hippie. But no, thank you, boys. Really appreciate it. And appreciate, it's weird. I think we've thrown everybody a curveball tonight. But no,
we absolutely did. And all we could do is thank our guest for actually moving his slot at such short notice. Which leads me over to pass this over to Milo.
Absolutely. Cheers, bro. Yes, we've actually got ourselves a special guest for this week's show. Very exciting. He was part of the OG Go Fest squad back in the day, travelling the world, and more recently has dived into his passion for music. We're definitely going to have to get you on a vocal jingle for the podcast.
Oh, yes.
We need to do
you
that.
ain't escaping that
one. But it is the one and the only JTGily. Bro, welcome. Welcome to the podcast. How are you doing?
Thank you. I'm doing great. I am excited, and like we mentioned before we started, we have all day. Well, I have all day because it's early for me, so I'm ready for a good time.
Excellent.
But are you ready to sing one of our jingles?
That's the question.
You listen, that might have to be a contractual thing. You might have to talk to my manager.
We'll warm you up to it, mate. We'll warm you up to
You'll
it.
do it without even realising, Gilly, at one point you go, what have they done to me? I'm not singing on command.
Could you imagine us, JT? I'll be like 6 hours in. I'll be like, again, one more time.
It's not quite there.
Perfectionist.
Yeah, if you ever work with Coops Gilly, oh my god, he is such a perfectionist.
I like it. I am too.
No, I'm just annoying as fuck. But it is that time, people. Listeners, it's time to drop down that incense.
Pop an incense inside me.
And don't forget to tag us on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, or OnlyFans if you get something whilst listening to the episode.
Wow.
Using our legendary hashtag, Shinies of the Week.
Clarify the spelling, you twat.
And that, was that a large
You knew it was that one, didn't you?
He knew. To be fair, he does edit. But that hashtag is going to be spelled ShiniesOfTheweek. And the good thing is tonight, we do have JT Gilly's going to be reading out last week's Shinies of the Week. So make sure you get them into us, obviously using that hashtag. And of course, you can tag us as well. Now, boys, we have got my favourite... Wait, is this my favourite segment?
They're all your favourite segment, I think.
They all are. Not the games, though.
No, not the games.
Not the games. My favourite segment of the show is Getting to Know You.
And now, children, it's time for Getting to Know You with the Incensed Podcast.
Gilly, I'm just looking at your face and you can hear Zoe and
I
you're
was
like,
doing the
shit,
same.
that's me.
Zoe, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, I know that voice.
You're going to hear a lot of voices through the show.
Yeah.
So, Gilly, bro, we'll start with you, mate. But the question for the Getting to Know You segment, and I thought, having a bit of that G Fuel banter from the intro. Just out of interest, if you drink them, if you don't, you can say that. What is your favourite energy drink? And Gily, we'll start with you.
I mean, I definitely got to go with G Fuel, of course. But to be honest, the reason why I actually really like them is because like I'm super like health conscious or whatever, and they have 0 sugar, which is lit. That's a big thing for me. And they have like, I mean, I'm looking at 40 tubs right behind me. There's a million flavors, so it's like you can mix and match. You can pick your favorite one. They just got everything, Like I like variety. I like choices. And they got a million of them, so that's my go-to. And I have so much of it that I don't need to get anything else. Like I'm never gonna run out.
So do you get it? You get it delivered by the pallet load, Gily?
We get a lot, dude. There's a lot. Oh my gosh.
Do they genuinely just send you them like on a freebie? You got the discount code and all that. You're more than welcome to say what it is now, bro. More than welcome.
Yeah, plug it, man.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's not a big deal. It's just Gily. But yeah, they if I'll request some, like they have a lot of really cool ones or like ones that are hard to get, and I'll just be like, yo, be lit. Or sometimes I freaking buy them myself. Yeah, because they are that good, and sometimes I honestly feel bad for like ever asking, even if it's like something I'm a part of. I'll just be like, you know what, I'll just get it myself. I'll use my own code, but I'll buy it myself. So.
Why not?
Hey, discount code.
Yeah. So no, but they're actually great. Have you guys ever had them?
I don't know if it's available in the UK. Is it?
I actually don't know. They should be.
I think you can order them online. I've certainly not had them, Gily, but it sounds like there's so many different flavours. That I might be easily converted to G Fuel.
I mean, it's hard to say you can't like it because they have every flavor imaginable. So it's like, what don't you like? But they do. They are amazing. Honestly, you guys should try them if you get a chance to use code Gily.
What would be your go-to flavor then?
For me, I like the snow cone. The snow cone is definitely my favorite one, just because like it tastes just like some popsicles from back in the day, or still today, honestly. But I don't really eat popsicles anymore. But like I get a lot of nostalgia because it reminds me of how popsicles used to taste. Yeah. So that's my favorite one for sure. But there's a million. So
Milo, are you a G Fuel kind of guy?
I'm not an energy drink drinker.
Oh, he's done
he's just an alcoholic, Gily. He's not an energy drinker.
I'm gonna have to try some G Fuel. I'm gonna have to sort myself out with some now.
Sure. Let's go, Gily.
Discount code sorted.
Yeah,
exactly.
30% off Milo.
Yes, sir.
But no, Milo. Wait. So you're obviously over to you. You're a.
I just don't do energy drinks or anything like that. Coffee. That's
absolutely yes.
That's about it.
That's an energy drink-ish, isn't it, mate? There's a bit of caffeine in
there. Well, in some way, yes, I guess.
So the way I see this section going is Milo, Mark, and myself will be coffee, and Coops will be cocaine.
That's not a drink.
Straight out there. Straight out there. Straight out.
I'm joking, of course. Coops has got more than enough energy.
If you redeem Coops' code, you'll get nothing off it.
If you use my code Snowflake, you'll be able to get. Look at Mark, you're actually jokes. You get a discount off a bag. But anyway, I'm going bright red. Mark, what about you? Try not to say coffee, though.
There's nothing I like more than getting my blender out in the morning, put a bit of carrot, a bit of celery, apple and spinach in there, and creating some super duper energy drink. I'm talking bullshit, by the way. I ain't got time for that in the morning. Energy drinks. Do you know what?
Kale smoothies.
Kale smoothie, maybe. The thing is, like, Gily, you've gone from soup which is completely sugar-free, and I remember, like, loving Red Bull. When Red Bull first came out, it was, like, pure cans of sugar, but that was a bloody energy drink. You drink that at night, drink that in the morning, drink that at lunchtime. I was drinking it all the bloody time, but not anymore. Not saying coffee. Oh, God, it's tricky.
Well, you say you don't drink it anymore. What's that can behind you? I'm joking.
Well, I've got a deal with Tesco's own brand version of Red Bull. Use my discount code, and you'll get 10% off it because it's so cheap and horrible. No, I don't drink energy drinks.
No, that's fair. That's fair though. That's fair. That's a
other terrible supermarket value energy drinks are available.
Yeah, other ones. Yeah. Like I said, I don't think G Fuel is like the same as maybe some of these other energy drinks. They've got so many different flavours. I guess every different one's different. No, none for me. Coffee. There you go.
All right, Ian. Don't let the team down, bro. Don't let the team down. We need an energy drink.
Well, I'm going to have to let the team down. I don't drink energy drinks. I feel that the majority of them are literally like drinking battery acid. If I had to pick one,
That's a bad habit and you should stop.
yeah, I really should
Stop
stop
that
doing
here.
that. It's not good for the health. If I had to pick one though,
north.
Coops, because I'm not going to leave you totally out there. Lucozade,
do
but
me
it's not
like
really an
that.
energy drink.
Well, it is though. Technically, it is.
Yeah, that would be my go-to if I had to drink one, but I tend not to.
All right.
I am a coffee
Fair.
drinker, to be honest.
10 minutes ago, I knew that coffee's not an energy drink, and 10 minutes later, I'm starting to believe it could be. I'm
Yes.
like, wait, is it?
That's because we're good salespeople. Anyway, Coops, what about you, man?
So back in the day when I was 17, I was out clubbing in Tiger. I used to love a Jaeger bomb. I used to really do. I used to love Red Bull. And we used to have this bloke at school. We used to go around. He used to like sell them. He used to like sell he used to buy loads of cans, put them in his bag. And he now
Contraband Red Bull.
he now plays for Brentford in the Premier. He's the left back.
Joking aside, I thought you were going to. I
Yeah.
thought you meant Brentwood, and I was going to go. Do you mean Brentford?
No,
but you
so-
actually
yeah,
mean
yeah, yeah,
Brentford.
yeah, yeah.
Jesus.
No. Yeah, Ethan Pinnock. He's the left back for. But anyway,
It's an unfortunate surname.
Pillar.
So if I was going, if I was going to pick one, it would be Red Bull. But I'll be honest, yeah, when I have an energy drink, it's rare. It's not, it's when I really need one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not having a Red Bull, once or twice a day. Like I definitely know some people though that do. And I don't know how they do it for like years and years. They've had like 2 or 3 Red Bulls a day, which is crazy.
And actually, going on a tangent, Coops, I'm surprised Milo didn't just name drop Red Bull since they sponsor an F1 team.
I don't support that team. It's quite simple.
Oh my God, I've got a surprise for you lot in a second. I've got a surprise for you lot. But before we do that, tonight's episode is going to be all about JTGily. Well, obviously, a lot of it, not all of it, because we do go on tangents and chat a lot of crap. But JT, it's now time to ask you some questions. It's now time to get to know you personally. It's time for Grill the Guest. So the way this works, my boy, is we are just going to ask you some questions. But first of all, we've kind of done this with all of the guests that we've had on. Please just sort of tell us a little bit about yourself and Pokemon Go. Take us back 6 years, how it all started, where you were kind of at in life. And then obviously, we can go for there and we can ask you other questions that we've got. And I know that's such a bland and boring question, but obviously people won't remember 6 years ago, especially for myself and the boys. So yeah, so tell us a little bit about yourself. How did you fall in love with Pokemon Go? How did you get into the content creating and sort of, how does that relate to where you are now 6 years on nearly?
Yeah. I mean, I'll try not to go super long on this. I've said this story enough to I think I can condense it and skip all the BS. But anyway, so yeah, it was almost 6 years ago, that makes me feel old. But that was 6 years ago, and I quite literally just graduated high school, and then a month or 2 months later, Pokemon Go dropped. I played Pokemon my whole life, so I was excited. I was like, wow, I haven't touched a Pokemon game in a minute because I never played Gen 7. I don't think I ever played Gen 7. So I took a 3-year gap. During high school, I kind of stopped playing the handhelds and all that good stuff. So it's been a minute, and I was like, wow, a Pokemon game that's free and I'm down. Yeah, I started playing on day one. And mind you, I went to high school with Mystic 7. So he already had a YouTube channel, and he was doing Clash of Clans. And then I was playing Pokemon Go, and then I remember I was like, man, you gotta play this game, it's so fun. And then I was watching Pokemon Go on YouTube, and the views were absolutely insane, like unheard of. Even to this day, the views were crazy for a day one game. For launch week, the views were crazy. So he saw the views, and he was a couple years into this Clash of Clans thing, he was ready to try something else. So he was like, man, teach me the game on a video and let's play, and I'm gonna do videos on it. And I was like, dope. And so he did it, and it was going really well. And then I started going with him on all these adventures. And then 2-3 weeks in, I was like, man, I just graduated high school. I don't know what's next for me. I'm still going to college. I'm not doing anything else. I'm not playing any sports or anything. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make videos too. I'm gonna just try it out, see how it goes. I started doing some videos, and I would upload once a week, maybe twice a week. And eventually I just started getting some traction, and I was like, oh wow, maybe this is something that I could do, because I've had YouTube channels before, when I was younger, and they always died because you upload 2 videos and you never do it again. But I've been in the YouTube gaming creation space my whole life. I've been watching YouTube gaming forever, since I was I don't even know, before high school for sure, a long time. So it was always a dream of mine to be in this space, and I never really thought of it, I was just like, you know what, let me just make some videos real quick and let's see what happens. Because I was already playing it all the time anyways. So I started doing it, and yeah, I got traction and started doing really well. And then like the first 2 years, it was just like, I was doing it, and you really don't make money from it for a long time, which was never I was just doing it for fun. Like I was going to school, and like this was just something on the side to have fun with. But I'm like 2 years in.
How old were you? Sorry, do you mind me? How old were you when you're talking right now? How?
So it was when it dropped, I was 18.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So like 2 years later, I'm at this place where I'm like not making any money, and I'm in college or university or whatever. And then my family's like, you know, maybe you should start looking for a job. You're 20, da 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 da. And I'm like, yeah, but like I feel like I got something with this YouTube thing, and I kind of don't want to give up, because I mean 2 years in, I was probably at like 40K subs, something like that maybe. And I was like, I feel like I got something, I don't know. And I was like, just give me like another year. And I was like, you know, if I really can't get anything together, then yeah, I mean, this is just a side hobby thing for fun anyways. Like it does take up a lot of time. So we kept on grinding, and then all of a sudden like the views started picking up, and I was like, you know what, let me decide to like travel a little bit, invest in myself. And I did, and then it popped off, and it's been great ever since, really. It did take a long time though, but we popped off, and then now we've just been able to make it like a really stable thing, and it's quite literally become my entire life. So we're just riding the wave, and now we're 6 years in, and we're somehow still afloat, because there's been a lot of times where I was like, well, this is it. And for some reason we're still here. So it's great, but it's been a long journey.
That's fascinating stuff, mate. Because you went to college as well. You were doing stuff in college alongside actually content creation.
Yeah.
How was actually making that work? How was that balancing act for you? Was it like really tricky?
Well, I'm actually still in college. I graduate next month finally, but yeah, so like it took me.
Good stuff.
Yeah, thank you. It took me a long time, because I actually switched my major like after a few years, because I was just not happy with what the other major was, and so that prolonged it a little bit. But I mean, it was tough. Like this whole time, aside from like 1 or 2 semesters that I took off, I was full-time college student, and then also obviously doing this as much as I can, which is pretty much full-time, definitely the last couple of years. So it was real tough. I mean, and it's still tough to this day. Like I'm always in these situations where like I got to finish like a project, or I have a final or a midterm, but also I have to upload a video that day, and also I have to go record and edit and maybe live stream. So it's like, it's a lot of planning, and I owe my success to like being organized, because like every day I'm in a planner, and I'm always writing my schedule out, like whether even small stuff like clean your room, go to the gym, stuff like even smaller than that, you know, like text this person back or whatever. Like I have every part of my day organized, and that's the only way I can stay organized, because there's no way I could keep up if I didn't. So that's the only way I got through it.
I'll say you're probably more likely to be productive by writing things down than checking those things off as you do them.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So it's just all about staying organized. It's the only reason I'm still alive.
JT, my question for you. Obviously, you've travelled a little bit. You're part of the OG sort of Go Tour squad, was it? Back in 17?
Yeah, I don't even know.
Well,
Go
it
Squad,
had various
Go whatever.
names, Go Squad. What's one of the best places you've travelled to? And do you have any funny stories about any of your sort of co-creators?
Best places, the best place that I traveled to. I've been a lot of places by now, but my favorite one all time is Japan. And that's kind of like I feel like you can guess that answer almost, but I mean, Japan, we were there for about 2 weeks. I stayed with Zoe, Reversal, and Trainer Tips, and we stayed at this little, when I mean little, it was really little. We stayed at this little spot in Japan for like 2 weeks. So I pretty much lived there. You know, I got to see what it was like to just be a part of their society for 2 weeks, and that was absolutely amazing. I mean, there's nothing I didn't like about it. I mean, obviously it was a little confusing because I can't read, but like other than that, man, the food was good, the streets were clean, it was just fun all the time. It was so like they're so much smarter than everyone else when it comes to transportation, or like, what do you call that, just like the way their stores are. Like they're ahead of the game. Like when people say that about Japan, they are ahead of the game, man. There was nothing I didn't like about being in Japan. I actually thought about, like, I was like, man, I kind of want to like live there for like a summer or something, because it was just amazing.
Well, mate, just think, soon enough you'll be able to change your language to Japanese in Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
You'll be able to learn some. Just think.
Yeah, sure.
See.
Man, yeah, that was amazing. Oh, dude, a story? Man, the thing about... I'm sure there's so many stories. If I think of any, I'll say it out loud at some point. But off the top of my head, I don't think I can think of one. But I know I have some. So if one comes to me, I'll say it. But I don't have any right now.
I like that. You'll just throw one out there. You'll be like, actually, hold on there. I've got one. It'll be completely out.
Completely different topic. I'm just like, well, actually, hold on.
Is that? So I'll follow on from Ian's question, if that's all right, Gily. Obviously, fond memories of places you've been to are fantastic. We've all got those memories. I think it's more exciting now that we can look to travelling again after the last couple of years. But what are your plans for this year? Have you got anything in the journal ahead, in the calendar, in the planner? Have you got any big trips arranged?
Yeah, well, first of all, this is like the first year we can really travel for the first time in 2 years. So that's huge. And I am very appreciative of that because I missed that so much, and I think it really took away from the content. There's only so much you can do in your room, and there's only so many videos I can make from my car and driving around the same streets for 2 years. So it's going to be so much better, and I think it'll bring a lot of the community back to just kind of show them, how things could be. That being said, I know we have Safari Zone in a month, which is really exciting. Unfortunately, I can't go as much as I wanted to go. I actually graduate on the same day.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, so there's no way I can make it. There's literally no way. As much as I really wanted to.
No, can't ditch that.
No.
Yeah, can't ditch that. But I'm going to all of the Go Fests, which is Seattle, Berlin, and Japan.
Sapporo.
Yeah. So I'm going to all of those. And then, of course, for this community day thing they're doing, I'm pretty sure this is going to be a monthly thing. So every community, there's going to be these live events, and they're going to keep that going for, I don't know, for the foreseeable future. So I do plan on going at least once a month somewhere new in America. I don't know if I'll do international for community days, but definitely every month I'll probably be going somewhere for community day. So it looks like starting next month, we'll be back in the swing of travel, which is amazing. And hopefully that's going to be a good opportunity to really freshen up the content and get the community back out there,
Yeah, the game needs that. It needs to get people back into that spirit of being together, being in different parts and exploring, doesn't it? Definitely.
All in this together. So wait, Gily, just to confirm, mate, you wouldn't fly all the way to London for Squirtle Community Day. Just checking. just double checking.
Squirtle Combat Classic.
I think I'll pass. I don't know.
So listen, mate.
You can't talk if you won't even come to Walpole Park for a community day.
Says you lot,
He will. 4 hours late.
Listen, you lot
on a
won't
3 hour
come down to
community day.
Yeah. Gily, mate, I want to dive in a little bit more to your and Mystic Seven's relationship. So obviously you said that you guys went to high school together, which must mean you must have lived 15, 20 minutes away from each other. Before high school, were you guys childhood best friends, or did you meet in, well, we would say year 7. I don't know. Is that senior year?
High school, wouldn't it?
Yeah, in high school. Yeah, no, we actually met in high school. We actually sat next to each other in one of our first classes in high school. So he's like one of the first people I really knew. So yeah, we were friends throughout high school and all the way up until now. Although I played football and he stopped playing after like a year. So I got really caught up in football and like the whole football gang. So we did in American football, by the way. Yeah. I'm not good at soccer. So yeah, we kind of stopped talking for like a year or two, and then we started talking again. Probably my final year of high school, but yeah, it's been exactly 10 years of friendship, which is, again, that's way too long, and it does definitely age you. But yeah.
So not to be like are you really? But like, are you guys genuinely as close as what it comes off on camera? And when I say that, I mean that with love. Is it kind of like you genuinely are, that he is one of your closest friends despite Pokemon Go and the content? He actually is. You guys would hang out if the game didn't exist, type thing, on a regular basis.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Like we play. Yeah, we're in all the group chats. We play games all the time. We hang out all the time because we've done it for so long together. Like we rarely want to talk about Pokemon Go. It's kind of like we already do it all the time. Like when we do get to hang out, it's like it definitely comes up. It doesn't not come up, but we try to just like talk about other stuff because we already talk about that stuff all the time. So yeah, no, we definitely outside of Pokemon Go are still really close, and we still talk all the time.
I'm going to jump to something a little bit more up to date, a bit more current. Obviously, you made your first, I'd say, official venture into the world of music quite recently with your own song. What was the drive behind saying like, now's the time? Now I feel like I can actually release a song make it, etc.?
Well, what I will say is that throughout my entire life, like from as long as I can remember, there's been two things that have been like my favorites, like my two biggest interests throughout my entire life, and it's always been music and video games. Music and games. Yeah, music and games. So it's like when I was a kid, man, we always have a radio in the house playing some kind of music, whatever it is. Back in the day, like, used to always be like Michael Jackson, and I would always be at home playing like, I don't know, Grand Theft Auto or all these crazy, like Crash Bandicoot, all these games from my childhood. And music and video games, no matter how old I got, no matter what I got into, were always there. So it kind of makes sense that, you know, my career has to do with video games. And at the same time, like, no matter what I'm doing, no matter where I am, like, I'm always listening to music. And it's like, it's actually kind of annoying. Like, I could see that being as annoying to somebody else, like, that's around me, because like there's either always music playing, or I'm listening to it, or I'm like singing it out loud or referencing it. Like, it's just like a part of me. So I've always wanted to make music because I feel like I've just indirectly studied the game of music for so long that I feel like I have some kind of input, and then like I can create something with it. My dream was to always put out a song, and like a couple of years ago I started to like freestyle in my free time, and like try to like write songs or whatever, because I'm like always listening to songs and always singing them, and like watching all the like how it's made and how it's written and da-da-da. So like I'm just like super invested, and I was like, you know what, dude, like I really want to make a song, and I feel like I'm in the right headspace to do it, you know. I have all this experience, and I want to try it out. So I did, and that song actually took a lot longer to come out than it really should have. Like, I probably wrote that song in like the early part of 2021, and then it dropped on January 1st, 2022. Like, I just took so long. Like, I initially recorded it in August, and then I didn't touch it for 4 months. And then in December, wow, I was like, yeah, I should probably go finish that, you know? So I went back and finished it, and then released it. So it's like, that song could have taken me 2 weeks to put out. But another thing with the music, man, is that it's a different ball game, you know? Like, it makes you really vulnerable in a way. Like, it's very close to you, because it's not like a YouTube video, you know? Like, a YouTube video, you post it and then people forget about it after 2 days. But like, music kind of lives forever, you know? And people, it affects them in certain ways. Like, I mean, there's songs I've listened to for the last 10 years, and they mean a lot to me, you know? So it's like, music can last a long time, whereas like a YouTube video, that just comes and goes, you forget about it. So it had to be special, you know? And I had to like really, really be okay with it. So that's why it took a long time. And that's why I haven't dropped another one yet, because I have to like really be okay with that song being out there forever and be proud of it. And like, it has to mean enough to me that like I enjoy it enough to put it out there, you know? So it's a really sensitive thing for me. And that's why, because I mean, dude, I have like 40 songs on my phone written. If somebody was like, you have to put out all the songs you have right now, I mean, I could put out 2 albums or whatever, but they're not perfect, and I'm not in love with them. And
what did you say? You're a perfectionist. See, be proud of it.
Yeah, and I'm a perfectionist, so it's like, if I'm not with it like at least 95%, then like I won't do it. So that's where I'm at right now. And it's like, I don't know what's next, because I have like all this self pressure that I have on myself, and I don't know what to do, when to do it, how people are gonna think. And then of course, like, people, I mean, not that I think about it like that, but I mean, there's been a million occasions where I'm somewhere and somebody plays my song in front of me and it's so cringe, and I'm like, oh my god, like, don't like, I've heard this song. I mean, it happened like a few days ago at a party. Like, someone played my song, I was like, dude, this is so cringe, like, don't do that. So you get teased a lot too. So if I'm gonna get teased, it better be a good song. Yeah. So that's another thing, because that's never gonna go away.
Yeah, you want it taking the piss, and then in the background they're like bobbing their heads. You're like, yeah, I know you fucking like this one.
Exactly. So yeah, man, it's a sensitive thing for me. So that's why I think I understand how, like, you know, how everyone gets mad at these artists for like taking so long to drop music, but it's because like you really have to like it, because if you're just putting out BS just to put it out, then I think it'll show. And that's what I'm never trying to do, you know? Yeah,
you're right. Music is timeless. They're forever. Yeah. I gotta say, I was hella impressed actually when you did drop your own piece of music, because like, you know, I've come from a background of film. Doing your own like passion project like that does take hella time and commitment and belief in yourself to do that. So I thought that was actually pretty insane.
Thank you. Yeah. It was tough, you know, like as confident as I am when it comes to music, there's like this weird just doubt I always have I don't know what it is, but like, it's just like the self-doubt when it comes to my own music is like very much there. And it's usually like, I'm usually pretty confident about myself, about my content. Like I can see like all the good in what I do, but when it comes to music, I always feel like there's something wrong with it or whatever. So it was tough. Like it was definitely mentally tough to put that out there. And so I did put a lot of time into it. And it took a really long time. Unfortunately, the music video, while I like the premise, I did it all myself really. So like it didn't come out as well as I wanted it to, especially quality wise, which I noticed, which was kind of unfortunate. But like, I mean, I thought the idea was good, and I did it pretty much alone. So it's like, not bad, you know. It'll definitely be better in the future.
That's all right. You got to go head on to do it first time, really, don't you? So
I know what you mean, though, mate. It is weird though, because you've got a vlog, for example, and then you got a song. Both quite similar in the aspect of putting it out there to the people. But you are right. A video can't really be embarrassing because you're just running around playing Pokemon Go. But I know what you mean about music. You can get really judged by it. You can get really like, people go, oh, this is shit. Like, ooh. Yeah, I hear what you're saying. I do hear what you're saying.
Yeah, it's a different feeling. For sure.
Well, what I want to do, JT, I want to throw some quick fire ones so the listeners could just get a bit of an understanding about you. And these are very, very black or white answers. So I'm just going to go a few, throw them at you. So you mentioned gaming when you were younger. Were you an Xbox guy or a PlayStation guy?
I had both my entire life. So it was like whatever day I wanted to play on one of them, I would play on one of them. But as of right now, I haven't bought a PlayStation since the 4, and I barely even touched the 4. So I would say Xbox.
Good man.
Xbox.
yeah,
Good man.
Good man.
Apple or Android, JT? Apple or Android?
I am out of my Samsung contract, so I will say Apple. but the Androids are, I mean, it is the best phone to play Pokemon Go on by far. Like, it is actually the best thing ever. It really is, yeah.
Okay, I believe you.
Sometimes there's clips of me playing on an iPhone, but 95% of the time I'm on Android because it is like, it's worth me holding this heavy ass phone in my pocket just because the quality is so much better to play the game on. So I will say, as a gaming phone, Android's 1,000,000%, but everything else is iPhone. Yeah, Apple.
Oh, I knew that was coming for me. Right, I've got a couple more for you, JT. Are you a vinyl or CD?
I have a lot of vinyls behind me because I like collecting them and I want to put them up on the wall one day. But I can't say I've ever played a vinyl on my own, so I guess I'd have to say CD. But I like collecting vinyls more.
Yeah, they are pretty good. The final one, my friend. Are you a nightclub guy, or do you like a bar or a pub? What's your sort of scene?
I'm a lot more chill. So I would say I'd rather go like a bar or like a lounge as opposed to like a club. I like to chill out. You know, I do get pretty animated, but for the most part, I'm pretty like relaxed. So I would say like a bar lounge.
Good stuff, mate. Good stuff. Do you like a beer or a shot then, mate? Are you completely clean living?
Beer or tequila?
Oh, no. Yeah. I don't, you know, it depends. If I'm going to a sporting event, I'm a big beer guy. Like if I'm going to an American football game, like for a tailgate, it's beers all day, even though I hate beer, but it's just part of tradition. And then if I'm out and about, yeah, you know, I'll go with a nice little cocktail. Or, I mean, if we're doing shots, we're doing shots, you know, I'm with that too. It's all about like, you know, what the vibe is. So we'll see.
Tailgates are great, aren't they, at the football? But I was able to watch one of the American football games in London because they bring it over to London sort of 4 or 5 games a year. And I saw the Vikings play the Browns. I've got a soft spot for the Vikings. Never won anything, so that's probably why. And my mate said to me, "You're going to do the tailgate afterwards?" I was like, "What's a tailgate?" And it was like, "We're going to just sit and drink beer at the back of a car after the game." And do barbecues, and it was just brilliant. I love the whole concept of it.
Oh, tailgates are amazing. I just started doing tailgates like the last 2 years, but I don't ever want to stop, you know?
If we're talking sports, JT, basketball, baseball, or football?
Or soccer. Or soccer.
Let's just throw all the options in.
You follow the Premier League?
I don't.
Hockey.
I don't, unfortunately. I don't. I'm going to say football 100%. I played football, and I've loved football forever, so football is big for me. But basketball is a very close second. I very much enjoy basketball, but football, I think it's just there's just nothing like it, you know?
Who's your team, Gily? Is it 49? Is it the 49ers?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yeah, it is 49ers. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
The 49ers. They won it, didn't they, a couple of years ago, wasn't it? Was it 2 years ago they won it?
They've been right there 2 years ago and then a couple years before that, but unfortunately it's been a while. It's been about 20 years. Actually, 30.
Keep the faith, buddy.
Yeah.
Keep the faith.
I've cried a lot, but it's all good. Yeah, we got time.
I feel like we might have to add in some piano music there for you, bro. I can see you getting
we
a
have
bit
some
emotional.
sad violin music.
It's been a lot of disappointment. Right at the end, there's been a lot of disappointment. So it's a tough one.
That's what the girls usually say to me. Right at the end, it was fucking terrible.
Okay. And on that terrible disappointment.
No, honestly, though, I hate that. I hate myself. Every time you kept saying 49ers, I just kept thinking of 69ers. Anyway, has anyone got any more questions for Gily?
I'll throw one more in. This is really, really random and off the wall. But do you remember your trip to London back in 2019?
Yeah, I met you and your squad at Hyde Park.
Yeah, it was Hyde Park, and you struggled to find your way there.
Yeah.
To be fair, I don't do public transport either, so understandable.
I don't leave Ealing.
That's true.
You know where you got your Shinies? I think it was a Snubble outside the station, or you were just heading back to your Airbnb for the night.
Yes, right there. Yeah, I remember exactly where that is.
Yeah, you were like a stone's throw away from where I am now.
Oh, really?
You were so close to my local spot.
I know exactly where that is because I stayed 3 blocks down, and then to the left, there's like a little park area, and there's like a little cafe on the corner or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You were hella close. Hella close.
Nice. That was a fun trip. I need to go back there.
Honestly, do you ever stop talking about that bloody park? I'm being serious.
No.
Do you ever...
Park.
I had to get it in some way.
Honestly. He's like, ooh, Niantic.
Ooh, Niantic. How can we take my park?
Ooh, Jeremy.
Trying to make it happen.
Ooh, it's either,
Jeremy.
Yeah, it's either Jeremy Clarkson or One Park.
I'll throw one last question in, JT. If you couldn't do the R&B music anymore, what would be your next go-to genre?
Are you talking about like from
you actually making music? Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I wonder what I could do. You know, like I don't know.
Like play guitar, do some country, or
dude. Okay, well, I will say, man. So I used to play the guitar when I was younger, and I still have it. And it's not that I didn't like country music. Like I never just cared for it too much, and like people my age just didn't really listen to it. But I will say, like about a month or two ago, or I was live streaming, and my chat was telling me a bunch of good country music to listen to, and I will say I low-key, like these last 2 months, have become a country music fan. I don't know if I'd be good at making country music, but I feel like country music is just a different version of R&B. I mean, a lot of country music is just like lovey-dovey, I'm at the bar,
yeah, it's
sad
really
about
bluesy,
this
isn't it?
girl.
Yeah, really.
Yeah. So the only difference is like you're singing over drums and a beat or a guitar stroke. So it's like it's kind of similar. So I don't know if I'd be good at it, but I would say country music. Yeah, that's a good question.
Country road. Take me home.
So who are you listening to then, low key?
For a country, I really like Morgan Wallen right now. He's great. Also, Luke Combs is great. And then let me pull up my playlist right now. Who else is on here that I like? Trying to see people that pop up more than once. I'll probably say that they're my favorite 2. Yeah. Definitely.
Cool. Some good recommendations for the guys to check out if they're listening.
They're probably like 2 of the biggest guys out right now too, which makes sense. So they're popular.
And Gily, just keeping it on music, right, mate? One more thing. Come on, you need to tell us. You need to tell us, bro. I need to know right now. But this is gonna be controversial for you because I'm really not a fan, and I don't know if the boys are. What is it about Drake, bro? What is it about Drake? Because I know that you're a fan. I know in America, he's huge worldwide, but obviously especially over there. What's the situation, bro? What's the situation?
I mean, man, he's the GOAT. Like,
there's not really
much to it. Yeah, there's not really much to it, dude. He's just the best at what he does, and that's all it is.
I got to agree.
Okay.
Cubes. I love it. I listen to Drake. It's on my playlist now. Yeah.
He does music of he's ventured into a bunch of different ways of making music, and he's been amazing at all of them. So at the end of the day, it's just like there's not really much to not like about him. Well, I mean, maybe one day he'll miss, but as of right now, he's been hitting on everything. So we'll see.
Speaking of hitting on everyone, Mark, you said you had a question to wrap up Grill the Guest. I'm pretty sure you did. You said you had a fun one for the end.
I had my fun one. Gily, this is a fun question. I feel a little bit, I need to rehearse it because it's been a while since I've asked this one. But imagine that you are just having one of those days. It's been a great day. You've put some vinyl on because you're chilling with your bro, Brandon. There's a football game on later, but I want to go down the bar. I feel quite chilled. Don't fancy a beer, fancy just mellowing. Evening becomes night, and then you're like, where did that go? It's gone wild. You're just tearing San Francisco up. However, my man, you need a wingman now. Brandon's gone home. He's gone, I've got a stream tomorrow. And you're like, my schedule's free. I've got no time.
He's got to go back to the missus.
He's got to go back to the missus. He's got to go back to the missus.
Yeah.
You've got a gap in your schedule. But you need a wingman now. You have to pick a Pokemon, JT, who would be your wingman. I want to know which Pokemon would you pick to be your wingman? Or wingwoman, it could be. And we need to know why you'd pick that Pokemon.
All right, Gily, you single? You can answer this one, yeah? You're not going to get in trouble, no? You're not.
You won't get in trouble.
A wingman like to hang out and have a good time with, or like one to like help me out.
Whatever you need in that moment. You might go, I need some help here. Or you might be like, I just want to chill back and enjoy it. It could be whatever works with you, mate.
I need some help.
Like, yeah, it was a good time. Wow, that's a good. That was a big question. I'm like looking at my top Pokemon right now. I'm like trying to see which would be a good time. I have an answer. I'm gonna double check if there's anything else. I think I'm gonna go with Machamp. Ooh. I think Machamp would be a great Pokemon to hang out with because like he's got 4 arms, right? So it's like you got a lot of
like 4 beers, isn't it?
You got a lot of options there. He can hold everyone's drinks. He can take 4 shots at the same time. Like I feel like he'd be a good party animal,
My mind is so dirty. Like, he was like, he can hold
knew where you
everyone's
were going
drinks.
to.
I was not thinking that.
I said that on purpose.
Okay. Yes.
His hands were
I feel like
wandering
Machamp would be a good
times 4.
time. Yeah, man.
But we're going Machamp, yeah? Even though he's got the muscles, people might be looking at him over you, but you're going to...
Yeah, it's all good. That's a good point, though. He does have... he's pretty built, so that'd be kind of... I'd be kind of like the second guy there, but I mean, that's fine, He'll definitely get people's attention, and then therefore we'll be the life of the party, so... Yep. Have you asked that... What about you guys? What would you pick?
Man, I got asked this...
Yeah.
Did I say something weird like licky tongue?
I said licky tongue.
Yeah, that sounds like me. Yeah, that was probably my one.
The backstory behind this question is it got asked one random week, and now it's become the reoccurring question for every guest on the show.
Quite early on we asked that question, wasn't it? Well, episode
6
or 7.
It might have even been earlier than that. It might have been episode 3 or 7. I think I went with Spinder back in the day because Spinder's like, drunk panda. Pandas are hella cute. They get a lot of traction on like social media and Instagram. So
yeah,
bound to get traction and interest in person. Probably do a shot of tequila as well. So
and nobody will ever be able to tell if they're hammered because they're always spinning. So that's
true. Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I think on our typical kind of who would your Pokemon wingman be question, it's time to wrap up Grill the Guest. Gily, bro, thank you so much for that. We learned so much about you. Our listeners have learned so much about you. And Coops, you'll be very pleased. It's time for your favourite thing on the podcast. It's time... It's a blowy, yes.
Is it a blowy?
It's a blowy. It's time for a game. More specifically, it's time to chase the tail.
Not of another fucking game. Chasing the tail. Chasing the tail to chase, it's chasing the tail.
I think we should get Gily to throw some vocals over there, don't you?
Yeah.
On that?
Remix version, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Get some auto-tune on it, you'll be sounding like Drake in no time, boy. Let's get it.
Chasing the tail. We'll actually explain it so Gily knows what the fuck's happening.
Yeah,
essentially, it's a word association game. So one of us will start with the name of a Pokemon, and then the person who says a name of a Pokemon next has to have their Pokemon's name begin with their Pokemon's letter. I'll start again. This is crap. Sorry. My dyslexic brain.
Was that clear for you?
Yeah,
names. Somebody will start with the name of a Pokemon. The person who replies next, their Pokemon's name must begin. The first letter must be matching to the final letter.
Again?
Fuck off.
I got it.
The way was going with that, Coops.
Sorry, it's my brain just can't comprehend it.
I know what you mean, though. I know how to do it. We're good.
Okay, so we'll go in the order of myself, Mark, Gily, Coops, Ian. Got it?
And obviously, Gily, if you're too long answering, you're going to get a...
Yeah, so there's a time. There's a time.
Oh, yeah. What's the time limit?
It's a big hesitation, a large hesitation, or a repeat.
Yes, so they can't be repeated Pokemon names
How long do we go for?
until someone messes up.
Wow, okay.
So it's basically last man standing.
Hey, Gily, just so you know, this will end a lot quicker than
Yes.
what you think. Trust me. Trust me.
We're good.
Trust me.
I'm down.
We're going to begin with Slackoff.
It's like a Hariyama.
Azumarill.
Licky tongue.
Gollum.
Gollum?
Miltank.
Clang.
Garchomp.
Pishwashru.
What?
Is that a Pokemon?
Pachirisu. It's Pachirisu.
I said.
You did not say
Pachirisu.
Yeah, I don't know what that was, bro.
You went Pishioric Army.
But didn't Ian say... Ian, didn't you say Gollum?
Yeah, Gollum's a Pokemon.
Yeah.
No, ain't that the character from Lord of the Rings?
Yes, but it's also a Pokemon.
That too.
Is it? What Pokemon's Gollum? Is it actually?
Final evolve of Geodude.
The Gen 1.
Oh, Gollum. Oh, shit. Yeah. Golem.
Casual's gone.
Wow.
The casual is gone.
Yeah.
Casual is out.
Okay, fine. Right, so wait, who's after me? Ian.
It's Ian, so you kick things off, Coops. We can't repeat any of those Pokemon either.
Here we go. I'm going to say Zacian.
Noibat.
Tyrogue.
Eevee.
Espeon. Oh, I got it in.
He got it
in.
No, I'll play this for you. Fuck you,
Yeah,
Ian. You're
Ian.
out, bro. You're
Ian's
out. You're out.
Ian's definitely gone.
Oh, I couldn't think of another
Oof.
N.
Wow, that was a tough one.
Noctowl. I should have.
The loser starts the next round.
Meltan.
Noctowl.
I just gave you that one.
What did you say? I couldn't
Noctowl.
hear it.
Noctowl.
Tile. Not tile. Oh, fuck, I can't think of one. Oh, fucking hell. Right, I'll start.
Right, this is the final, right?
This is the final.
So who's in
Face-off.
between?
Face off,
Gily
Gily and I.
Milo. Coops' favourite Pokemon, Bulbasaur.
Rampardos.
Sylveon.
L. Does anything start with an N, dude?
Nido Queen.
Oh,
Nidoran.
yeah, that is only
Nidoran,
6 Pokemon.
yeah.
Wow.
It's so much easier when you're not got the pressure of actually being next up.
Yeah, dude.
Oh,
yeah, I was
my-
waiting so I could go because I was going to say Snorlax because there's only like 2 Pokemon that start with X. So
Oh,
that was a
yes.
pretty good one to get everybody out the way.
Damn.
Nidoqueen.
That was a good game, though. That was
That
a
was fun,
solid,
actually, wow.
solid game. Oh, runner-up, Gily.
Yeah.
Beat the 3 of the hosts, but I think I got lucky, to be honest, but that was chasing the tail. Beautiful stuff.
I like it.
Well, congratulations, Milo.
You go from
Here's
a cup of
Stone
coffee
Lager.
to a blowy.
Smug face.
It's my game.
Again, there we go. Knew it.
Timing.
Well done, Milo. I can't believe that's the first time I've said that on this podcast. But yeah, you did well, boy. You did well. We're going to talk a bit about Pokemon Go now. We have got an event that's going on at the moment, and we've got the Spring into Spring. Is that it? Spring into Spring event.
That's it.
Which is currently going on in the game. And as you listen to this, we'll be probably 24 hours away from it ending on Monday, the 18th of April. I've been given a nice bit about talking a little bit about it. Now, Milo, what are we thinking about the event so far? I've got a few bullet points. Should we start with the eggs? Are you hatching them, Milo? Is there any love for the 2K eggs on this event?
No. Not really. I'm trying to get 12Ks.
I saw JTGily hatched over 182 Kilometer eggs and he got 1 shiny out of them. They look painful, but yeah. What about...
But no, but boys, by the way, I should say, happy Easter weekend, everyone, because this is
it is,
Easter
it's
weekend.
Easter.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, it is. Happy Easter.
Happy Easter, if you celebrate Easter, that is. If not, happy spring.
Happy Sunday.
Have a good one.
And if you're in the southern hemisphere, happy autumn. Fucking hell. I bet they're confused, aren't they?
But no, mate, I've actually been playing this event. I listened
Unbelievable.
back to the podcast. I tried to get a Shiny Boys to tag us. I still haven't got one.
Did you do Comday Classic Coops?
No, I didn't. No.
No.
No. I was too hungover. But listen, I remember Bunnelby being released and this Flower Crown, Eevee and Pikachu. It feels about 2 years ago. So a part of me is kind of like, really? Are we, 2 years on, have we still not thought of anything else? And I've had the Toga, can it be in the wild? Because I think I've seen it on my map.
Togetic is in the wild,
Yeah, but I in my hour and a half of playing, I've not encountered one, which is a shame. But look, listen,
taking them all. He's keeping them all hostage, mate.
But look, new raid boss, little bit excitement. That not hatching any eggs, of course. But yeah, look, it's all right. It's quite a basic event in my opinion. Nothing crazy. I did hatch an egg, which from the task it gave me a Pikachu. So nothing too crazy.
Ian, what about you, mate? You got much love for the event?
I always do enjoy the Spring in Spring event. However, there's not really anything new this time other than Tapu Bulu. But one and done, get it in your decks, wait for the shiny. The event's okay. There's
Tapu Bundalenga, get it one and done.
Exactly. Isn't that the way?
Don't double tap a Bundalenga, Ian. Milo.
It's been a while. But yeah, I mean, the events, it's okay. Nothing special. This weekend, I will be probably spending a little bit more time on it. But Coops did pretty much nail it. There's not really anything new. I know we've obviously got the chance to evolve Togetic and the Flower Crown Pokemon. But other than that, there's not really anything new to it. So
You okay, Milo? I can see his table rising.
Mate,
I can.
honestly, when I've tried to go out and grind the event a little bit on Tuesday, and I just found myself bored as fuck. Like for real, I genuinely was just like, what? There's literally, Coop said, nothing new.
So you're saying even Togetic couldn't save it
Mate,
for
it's
you?
in that if you're lucky, in the same way as like, if you win the lottery, you may find one.
I don't know. I've seen a couple Togetic in the wild.
It's rare. It's a rare spawn, but it's not new content enough for it to make it
No,
up a
it's not.
significant.
There's nothing really new, is there?
No.
No.
For a minute, Milo, I thought you were going to say, this event's so dead that I've contemplated getting a newspaper round for the next week.
Gily, how are you getting on with the event, mate? Have you done any videos on it so far? What are your thoughts? Or the same as us?
No, so you guys are like, I guess you guys are kind of like you guys have a day ahead of me with this event. We've only had it for one day.
True.
And I wasn't able to go out at all yesterday. So I've yet to experience it. I have a bunch of eggs incubating right now though. And after this, I'm going to go out and hopefully hatch them all and try to get some of the Riolu. Cause I only have one shiny Riolu. So that's the big part for me for this event. I'm trying to hatch that. Cause there's only 4 things you can hatch out of 2s anyway. So it's like, you have a pretty good chance of hatching it. I'm pretty sure that's the chances of it, but that's big for me. Yeah, it does suck that there's nothing new, I guess. I mean, you could evolve the Togepi now, which is cool. I guess that's something. And the spawns are okay. Like there's some rare shinies out there. So it's nothing crazy. It's not too long of an event, so it'll come and go. But yeah, nothing special. Unless I hatch a shiny, then it'll just be whatever,
We'll be in the comments section, mate. We'll be in the comments
We will.
section.
Nice.
You're not going to get any more lucky than you did with your Hundo Shadow Latias, are you? Come on now.
Yeah, I think my luck's out for a while, so
Yeah,
it'll
that
be
was jammy. Yeah.
it'll be tough for a little bit.
That's your luck gone for the year, mate.
Yeah, I'm done.
Unfortunately. Yeah, that is
Actually,
rare,
yeah,
bro.
yeah, your expression on that video was priceless. It was amazing.
It was a little awkward, I will say. It was a little awkward being in public. Like I didn't really know what to do. I wanted to yell, but I'm trying to be respectful for everybody else out there. Whatever happened just kind of happened, and that's what happened.
You end up shouting in public, it's like, yes, a fucking Shadow Hunter.
Yeah, there's enough people screaming in the streets already.
Yeah.
Good thing we're living in the country, JT. I mean, very hard to describe it, but I live literally where there's one road in, one road out, and there it is. And we share a lot of fields with animals. But when I film, a bit like you were saying, there's only so much you can do around your area when you walk around the same bits in the car doing that. But actually, when I hatched my shiny Riolu, I think it was a couple of 2-kilometer egg events ago, I was able to scream my head off and it didn't bother anyone. I was outside, don't fucking get in there. And no, not even a duck bothered me on the bloody canal that was walking by. It was very surreal.
Gily, just quickly, mate, be honest, yeah? Do you actually like, and do you think it's worth hatching eggs, or is it from a content creator thing? Be honest, though, be honest.
Oh, no, I really honestly haven't hatched eggs in like a year, to be honest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I really rarely ever do it. Like, I used to always buy them, and like I would always make sure I had eggs incubating, but now I really only incubate my free one, and then like 10s and 12s, and that's it. And then everything else is just, it'll sit there for weeks, you know? And then there's rare events like this. Like, this is really the first time I've incubated like a full hatch batch. But yeah, man, no, hatching eggs sucks, so I don't really do it often. Yeah, that's one thing I just don't do. I realize how much money I spent on them and how trash
mate.
they are. Like, no, I'm not gonna do that anymore.
Yeah.
Mate, we were yes!
Yeah.
You can stay, bro. Honestly, we were talking, was it last week, boys? Honestly,
last week,
yeah.
mate. And boys, it's funny, I saw another tweet. Someone was like, I've hatched 120 eggs. I was going to comment and be like, stop fucking hatching eggs. How many times have I got to tell you? Oh my God, you're not going to get
Eggs are
anything.
just terrible. They're just bad.
But yeah, the spring event, that's pretty much it, isn't it, guys? Let's be honest. But yeah, has anyone got anything good from it? I know you haven't played it, JT, but guys, have you got anything for the little bit you've played? Milo, because you've given it a go. Have you actually got anything? Have you caught anything?
I got a shiny Makuhita.
Oh, what? Bro, can you trade it to me? Are you being serious? Bro.
Coops' face
Coops
lit
on the
up
back of
like
it,
a
yeah.
Christmas tree right now.
It did.
It did.
This time last year, the Spring into Spring event was the first time I did a 24-hour grind video, like a 24-hour grind sesh, non-stop, because it was like, new costume shinies, new shiny Pokemon in Bunnelby was released. There was a lot to go for. By this comparison, if you played last year, you just need to hit an evolve button a few times and you're done.
I think that's enough for spring, isn't it? Can we move on now, boys? That was a painful.
Yeah.
Shall we move into the news?
Yes.
is the news.
We do have a little bit of news today. To be completely honest with you, this is probably, I'm going to be honest, this is probably the most exciting news that we've had for a while. As you guys know, the game's been a little bit stale recently, but JT, hold on to your seat, bro, because this is going to blow you away. So, Pokemon Go did just tweet out, and they've said, attention trainers, new stickers featuring Pokemon will be available. I was supposed to read the whole tweet, but no, this is a joke. There's no news, guys, and I bet it's going to drop tomorrow when we're normally recording.
We are interrupting from the future, ladies and gentlemen.
The future.
The future of Incensed.
Yes, it's Milo and myself in the future. Well, not in the future as you're listening to this, but Mark and Coops aren't here. Had we been recording on our usual schedule, would have actually had this news for the episode, but because we're nice guys, we missed this, even though Niantic were kind enough to drop it in time for our usual recording slot. But we have some news about Sustainability Week.
Absolutely. Sustainability Week, we figured it would drop. We literally said the news will drop Thursday, and the news bloody did drop on Thursday. So Sustainability Week 2022, Cherubi Oranguru, timed research, and more. Pokemon debut Oranguru from Generation 7 Alola. Brand new Pokemon is coming in that week.
Absolutely, and as Milo alluded to a minute ago, yes, Shiny Cherubi will be released as part of Sustainability Week. We've been looking for this one for a while, and it's finally with us. There will, of course, be timed research during Community Day. Each phase will require you to walk 1 kilometer, and doing so will earn you an encounter with Cherubi.
Actually, and also during the entire day of April the 23rd, which is Community Day for April, featuring Stufful, every trainer who adventures 5 kilometers during Community Day, Niantic will plant a tree, up to 100,000 trees. So get exploring, and I'm very excited for Shiny Cherubi. It's a adorable looking fucker, I have to say.
Cute little bastard, yes.
Cute little fucker. Good old collection challenge. Coops would be jumping up and down off the fucking ceiling if he were here. Nature-inspired collection challenge is coming. Complete it to contribute to Elite Collector Medal and earn a Mossy Lure module and 15 Great Balls.
That's the important part.
15 blue balls.
Great balls.
2 of the Pokemon you'll need to catch, Gloom and Weeping Bell, will only appear when you use a Mossy Lure module. So you'll get one for free, but you'll have to use one.
So, the wild encounters for the Sustainability Week 2022 will be Oddish,
which gets a spotlight out on Tuesday, Canto Grimer,
Turtwig,
Grotle,
which can't be shiny.
Which can't be shiny.
Cherubi.
Our favourite Trubbish.
I still need the shiny on that one, so I will be searching for that bad boy.
Yeah.
Ferroseed.
And of course, Orangaroo, brand new Pokemon.
Now, if you are incredibly lucky, there are two in the most rarest tier. Venusaur, which can be shiny.
Wow. Fucking wow. And oddly, outside of the Halloween spawns, Phantump
I thought the
is
same thing.
making a comeback, which is
Why
interesting.
would they drop it?
It's a
makes no
grass.
sense. It's a tree. It's a tree, I suppose.
A ghostly tree.
Ghastly
It's a sign.
tree.
It's a sign. Don't hurt the trees or they'll hunt
Exactly.
you down or something.
Don't hurt the trees. Hug them.
Hug them, indeed. 7-kilometre eggs are the focus. We've moved from the 2Ks in the spring into spring event. Now 7-kilometre eggs are back in action with a lowland Diglett.
Larvitar, which actually is okay.
That's okay. It is also in 12K, so it's in 2 egg pools
Yeah,
in this
that's right.
event. Cherubi, new shiny.
And Orangaroo, new release Pokemon. So 4 Pokemon in that tier of eggs, not too bad, but tell you what, I ain't going to be walking any eggs.
The thing is, they're all the same tier of rarity, and if it is only 4 Pokemon, that's the smallest egg pool we've ever seen, I think. So,
It's a very small egg pool.
so might be a good chance to hatch Cherubi shiny. He says with bated breath and
Don't
gritted
give
teeth.
in, man. Don't give in. I can see those eyes starting to
Oh,
turn.
it's tricky not to do so. Anyway, there is also a free bundle. The following bundles will be available in the in-game shop at no cost throughout the event, and the event box will contain a Mossy Lure module, so you'll
So
get
you will
a
end
free
up
one.
1+. Yeah, you'll end
Yeah.
up 1 Mossy Lure up.
You have to use the free one that they give you in the free bundle to complete the collection challenge to earn another one.
Yes, so you will actually gain 1 Mossy Lure. And Pokemon that will be attracted to the Mossy Lure will include, oh my god, these are shockingly bad, Gloom,
Which can't be shiny anymore.
No.
Weeping Bell.
which can't be shiny, Chikorita,
Ooh, which can be. Wow.
ooh,
Grotle.
Again.
Which can't be shiny.
Cherubi, which now can be shiny, and Mark's favourite,
Yeah. So Waddle's back. Wow.
and that still can't be shiny. But again, if you are incredibly lucky, you might find an Alolan Diglett, which can be shiny.
It is also coming off 7-kilometre eggs as well.
Yeah.
Blossom, which obviously can't be shiny, but that is some serious dust right there. That's a 3rd-tier evolution.
That is good dust. And Nincada, which again can be shiny.
I still need that fucking shiny.
Oh, do you?
I still don't have it. Never had it. There are, of course, field research encounters, including, well, these Pokemon. I was going to say some good Pokemon, but that's stretching it a bit. Turtwig,
Cherubi,
Snivy,
Trubbish, they can all be shiny.
and then the ones that can't be. Chespin.
And Phantump.
And obviously, there are going to be a couple of Mega Energy research tasks. For the Grass-type Megas, Mega Venusaur and Mega Abomasnow. They'll probably be like the power-up a Pokemon or walk X amount of kilometres for them.
The final bonus, if you can call it that for this event, is...
Ian, it's your favourite fucking bonus. Don't do it, Dave.
It would be my favourite bonus, but 2 times bonus XP from spinning a Pokestop for the first time. Now, if that means a new Pokestop, then looks like we're going to have to go to a different town.
Oh, God.
And you don't like leaving Ealing.
I might be going on a little adventure towards the end of Sustainability Week. I don't know.
Anyway, that concludes what we can expect during the Sustainability Weekend. You know what? It doesn't look too bad, actually, Mal. I don't know what your thoughts are. It doesn't look
Mate,
too
this
bad.
is going to be the best event of April. That's not really saying
That's not
very
really
much.
saying a lot, is it, considering what we've had so far?
It's the most polished turd out of a group of turds. That's what we're dealing with right here. But it's got a new Mon and a brand new shiny and
Yep.
boosted Dustmons. Orangaroo, possibly set to be decent in PvP, from what I've heard.
Okay. And
So-
Trubbish, I still need that black bin bag.
Yep. Got to get the standard rubbish bin bag, not the garden waste bin bag,
Anyway, back to us in the past.
which is slightly further back in the past compared to us, that if you're listening to the episode, just to be really confusing. We'll move it straight into kind of what's a main chat for this week, which is something we've really just cobbled together at the last minute. So, Gily, you've already said you're going to the Go Fests. We've got some Go Fest plans as well. Ian and myself are going to be at Seattle. Mark will be in Berlin. We're all very excited.
And Coops will be at the pub.
Yeah, Coops will be Go Fest in Croydon. Like, what are some of your 2022 Go Fest expectations? And we can sort of, I don't know, hark back and reflect back to the 2019 vibes, that sort of thing. I don't know, I'll just sort of kick things off with like Seattle. It's like, Seattle will be my second time only to America. So I'm very excited to be traveling over there, and there'll be so many people, so many new people to meet. That's what I'm really excited for, but I don't know where we go with this now.
I didn't think Milo finished his sentence, actually.
I didn't. So I couldn't see any of you, and I thought his sound had gone. I thought you were talking, and I couldn't hear you. So sorry, Milo.
Okay.
That was a bit...
I don't know, like, Gily, what are some of your expectations if you're going to be able to make it to all three?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll see about Japan when we get closer. But I'd love to go to all three. I definitely, like, as of right now, I would say I'm going to them. But we'll see what happens. Definitely going to Seattle though, for sure. That'll be fun. I don't know. They haven't announced what park it's going to be at or like where it's going to be exactly in Seattle. So I'm curious to see what they're going to pick, because Seattle, there's a lot of city there. So I wonder how that's going to work. But I don't know. In terms of something new, I mean, obviously they're doing Shaman, which is cool. That's not confirmed, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to think of new stuff. I would imagine, you know, we're gonna have like the typical like research on the day of. Probably gonna have a bunch of timed research, and then a special research, of course.
Collection challenge.
Yeah, yes. Collection challenges, like 30 of them again. But in terms of something new, I don't know. I don't know what they could give us. Hopefully some new shinies, of course. That'd be awesome. And then I would assume some dino spawns, because Dino's going to be even spawning for the Safari Zone, right?
Yeah, it'll be in Seville.
It seems like they're going to start just bringing those out. So we'll see.
Maybe once every hour.
Yeah, maybe like,
I might see 7 or 8 of them, yeah.
So, I don't know. What do you guys think is going to be new this year?
I'm trying to think back to something that they tried to do for Liverpool when it was 2020, and they were going to do a City Explorer Pass. Which would have taken you, I think there were like going to be 10 exclusive raids or something at 10 specific landmarks with like new gyms and all of that sort of stuff. And you're right, Seattle's kind of, there's a lot of city to explore.
It is a massive city, yeah.
I wonder whether they could do something like that, a City Explorer Pass for the other days when you're not in the park playing the day.
And Seattle actually does have, when I went to Seattle a few years back, they actually do have a city pass. I did it. So I would imagine that is a possibility. I don't know if they'll send it, but that is a thing.
I don't think they're gonna. Oh God, this sounds really, really Coopsy. This does a bit negative.
Excuse me. I've been good these last since I've stopped playing.
I know you have. Because we've had a couple of years break from the Go Fests that we normally have. I don't think they'll move too much off the proven setup that they've stuck to. I mean, I did my Go Fest in 2019. Was very lucky to meet Ian there, and we had a friendship off the back of our meet up in Dortmund. I remember travelling with friends, and that was great. And I think we go back to that moment of reminiscing about that Go Fest experience. I think when you do your first one, and that was my first one, you get caught up in the magic of it all. And actually the fact that it was an amazing park, Westfalen Park was stunning.
Yeah.
Gily, you were there, weren't you, mate? Because you were messing up. Was it with the table footballs and all that were in the streets, wasn't it? I remember watching one of your vlogs, I think, when you were out there, the fountains or whatever it was.
It was amazing. That was a great trip.
It was stunning, wasn't it? And I think the fact that Phone Network actually didn't pack up all of my game day was also equally amazing. I think other than introducing a new Pokemon and Shaman, I've heard that as well, not confirmed, but would make sense. I think it'll be the same format, which I don't think will be a bad thing. I think we're getting captured in the environment that we're playing it in. I think that's a big part of it. And if they pick really nice parks for these 3 venues, which I'm sure they will, I think that'll be what will get people more captured in the moment of it. I think travelling, 2 years of not travelling, will heighten that anticipation. I think they'll probably, Gily, sorry, when you say, I don't think they'll change too much. I think they'll be more interactive, maybe. Niantic will probably want to engage more with content creators for these events and maybe do it a little bit more than they've done before to just try and get that engagement back. Because I think the game has missed that for the last 2 years. But I'd still imagine I'd be disappointed if these events didn't sell out, because, there'll be people in those countries that'll be big for it anyway, as well as those who are travelling. I just want to get abroad, mate. I want to get on that plane. It's been too long.
But see, this is the thing, like, Mark, innit? Nothing's negative when you're at an airport with a suitcase, eh? There's no negativity in the air whatsoever.
No, definitely not, mate.
But no, I'm probably going to sound like you here. I'm going to sound like a bit of a wanker.
Touche, mate.
Bro.
Touche.
Yeah, touche. It's more for like personal reasons why I won't go this year. Like I said, I just do not play anymore, which is a shame because I think it's going to be a really good year. I think for the Go Fest and Safari Zones. Not that I can still tell the difference, sorry. But I would like to see a new legendary, bro. I'd like to see on social media, on the videos, at these events, brand new legendary, but a sick legendary, not a Tapu Bunda. Like I want to see a sick new legendary. I think that'll be the way to spice things up and make it more interesting. Because I feel like at all these events, like the raids kind of get left behind a little bit. Whereas I feel like they're actually they're a really important part of the game.
You know, see things like they did at 2017 Chicago when they dropped, Lugia and Articuno for the first time.
See?
And everyone got a free
What
one,
did you say?
they? Yeah.
What year? 2000 and what? Do you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. I know the game was. You know what I mean? But
Ian.
My biggest expectation isn't really an expectation, but it's I sound like a broken record every week. It is about the whole travel aspect that surrounds them. The events are going to be the events. They don't really need to reinvent the wheel. GoFest's work. They've proven that over the last 5 years or 3 years in person and the last 2 years remotely. But going back to the in-person events, one thing I am actually really looking forward to is actually having biomes again. Habitats. That is something I'm particularly looking forward to. Settle looks amazing. I would love to go to Berlin, and looking back on my previous GoFest, having done Chicago and Dortmund in 19, they're both very different events, but essentially the same event. So no matter where you play it in the world, you are still going to get a fucking good GoFest. So that's my takeaway from this. It doesn't matter where you play it. It's all about the experience that, one, you're having with yourself, and two, you're having with the people that are with you.
I will say on the habitat thing, I hate the hourly habitat rotation that they're doing right now with all these events. I think it's, if people like it, that's cool. I just hate it. I'd rather choose what habitat I want to grind. So like, yeah, that's a good point. I'm very excited to go and play where I want to play and get what I want to get, as opposed to like sitting through these horrible hours or whatever.
Yeah, because then you're sort of,
that's a good point.
The most you can really get, and certainly over the last couple of GoFest, like the play from home GoFest, you were kind of restricted to maybe like 2 to 3 hours.
2 hours for each, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chasing the one specific shiny, and that kind of amplified in Johto Tour when shiny Remoraid and stuff is only available for 2 out of the 12 hours really in the spawns.
Yeah,
I get that, because the biomes were what were really, really interesting. For certainly the Dortmund 2019 was the GoFest I went to. I remember I wanted to go and grind for, how long ago is this? Shiny Ghastly and Shiny Machop.
Damn.
Yeah, match. Yeah.
That shows how old that was.
And they both had community days since then.
They both had community days since then.
Yeah.
And Machop will be back again this year. See you at Seattle.
Can't wait. I was having phone connection issues, and so was my mate Tom. So we were all two of us tethered to Francesco. So wherever he wanted to go and grind for shiny Sandshrew. So we just had to follow him and got whatever we
That's the
freaking
problem,
got.
isn't it?
I don't know. We can hark back to some of our memories, I guess, about previous GoFests and some of the things that they were the last true live events that we had. Really, there was a Kanto thing in February post Johto Tour, and we haven't been to Sevilla at this point in time. So
yeah, I think I know where you're going with this, Milo. One of my standout moments from GoFest back in 19, and I think Gily, if you was there, you'll probably know where I'm going with this. On day one, on the Friday, they accidentally released shiny Abra.
Yeah.
A short period of time, and then anyone that went on subsequent days, they're like, no, this was a mistake, we turned it on by mistake. So there was people with the GoFest date coded Abra that nobody else, even with tickets, could get.
It was about 40 minutes, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Half hour, 40 minutes.
We were all absolutely seething, but it was just the balls up, and we got the we got them eventually on when they released it
Community
for
Day.
the Community Day.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was back in the days your buddy used to bring you 50 Pokeballs as well every hour or every hour and a half.
I mean, GoFest in Chicago, it was brilliant. I mean, I know I think it was a Saturday where there was really torrential rainstorms. And then those people, they were given a play from home as like a makeup because they shut the park. They literally stopped the game.
Oh, yes, I remember that.
So, but really memorable GoFest 19, and I think there's something about your first GoFest that really like sticks with you.
Absolutely.
Unless you were at the first one where it sucked for 90% of it.
In 17, yes.
Yeah. No, I actually had a good time at the first GoFest, but I know for a lot of people it sucked a lot. Thank God I didn't have a bad experience, but I know a lot of people did.
The good old connection issues and we can't play.
But I think, Coops, you said this a couple of weeks ago when you weren't being so negative. Sorry, mate. I'm getting it back in again.
Wanker.
Wanker, yeah.
Sorry.
But no, I mean, Niantic, let's go back to that first GoFest. Niantic got the whole world on their feet, didn't they? They got everybody on their feet, out wanting to play this game. And I remember watching it over here in the UK. I think it was being streamed.
Oh, the live stream.
On, I don't know what channel it was, but it was being streamed on YouTube. And I remember like when that was it, when it was all starting to go wrong, there was like it was like almost like a test card going fucking little signal comes on the stream, and then you had John Hankey on stage going, hey, we've got the results, everybody. I wasn't bothered by that. I wasn't deterred by that. I looked at it and saw they need to keep going with this and get this right, because once you get that mobile phone signal bit nailed, you will have an amazing experience. And I think I forgot about the biomes, and that's a really good point. They've adapted the game so well to allow us to still get outside when we weren't able to travel. But I loved the biomes in Dortmund. I loved like you could be perched in an area trying to hunt down those one or two that you really want. And like when I got my shiny Geodude in Dortmund, I lost my shit. I was like, oh my fucking God, it's here. I was like, fucking hell. It'll have a community day soon, you wait. But
you will.
I miss that. The travel bit we've already spoken about, the engaging with people. Yeah, I forgot about the biomes. Bloody brilliant. You could just go, we'll meet you back here in an hour. We're staying over here. Cracking stuff, guys. That's great talking about GoFest. And we're looking forward to meeting some of our listeners as well. And hopefully some of the guys and girls out there on these dates this year. But let's segue into the next section of the show. We all love a second game. It's been a long time since we've had two games in one episode, but we're going to play, yes, it's Name That Pokémon.
Not of another fucking game.
Yes, it's time for Name That Pokemon. And this one, JT, it's nice and simple. I'm going to give you the name of a Pokemon in another language. And basically, it's each man for himself. Just jump in if you think you know what it translates to in English. So the first Pokemon that we have got is in Japanese. And the Pokemon's name is Rayquaza.
Riolu.
Rayquaza.
So Milo was in there first. Hang on. Milo. Mark.
Oh. No.
Yep, Rayquaza. Yep.
He was quick on that.
He was. Yeah, he was.
They're pretty similar, yeah.
So Mark, Japanese,
It's
German,
Gily.
or...
I was like celebrating that then. You're like, sounds the same, bar an extra letter on it.
It almost sounds like he just said it in a different...
It does sound similar. Yeah. So Masterful27, do you want the next one in Japanese, German, or French?
Can I have it in French, please, Ian?
Your next Pokemon, guys, everyone's in play, is Lixie.
Luxray.
Litleo.
Is it Uxie?
Eevee.
Okay, so we'll go to the second clue. This Pokemon is from Generation 4.
That just didn't help me.
I know it. It's not meant to.
I like that, Ian. That's good.
Yeah, what's it called?
Lixie.
Licky.
Luxio.
What's Leo's evolution, Milo?
It's not Gen 4.
What do you mean? I didn't even say. Oh, is it not Gen 4? Okay, fine. Bulbasaur.
Riolu.
Your next clue is this is...
Oh, Togetic.
So your next clue, this is an electric type Pokemon.
Oh, Electivire.
Shinx.
Oh,
it was that family.
We were
It was
going
that
down the line,
family.
yeah.
Ah,
Yes,
that took way too long.
Score so far, Mark 1, Milo 1. Milo, Japanese, German, or French?
I'll go for German, please.
German. Okay, so your Pokemon's name in German is...
Schnitzel. No, joking.
That's my nickname for my ex-girlfriend. Anyway,
Got a tissue.
is is Brutalander. Brutalander.
Machamp.
Stantler.
Brutulanta. It's quite aggressive.
That is.
It is quite aggressive, actually, Coops.
Milo on Twitter. No.
Oh, hang on. No, it's not. No, it's not.
Bulbasaur.
Okay, right,
Can I have
so...
it again, mate? Can I have it again? Well, I didn't guess. My guess wasn't Milo on Twitter.
Yes, it was.
Okay, so, Brutalander, it's from Generation 3.
Groudon.
Kyogre.
Camerupt.
That's a good guess. That's
Yeah.
This isn't a clue, but it's one of my favourite Pokemon.
Tropius.
Okay, so, wow. So, we've got Brutalander, Gen 3. It's a dragon and flying type.
Salamence.
Bam.
He's good. Milo's good.
Milo's good.
Well, I've had all the clues.
Well, there was one more clue, which was its Pokedex number.
Oh, okay.
That would have been the hardest clue out of them all.
Yeah,
Okay, so Milo, what would you like next? Japanese, French, or German?
So I'm going to give Gily the choice. Go for it, bro.
German. Again.
German,
I
okay.
was going to say, you're not going to pick Japanese, are you?
Okay, I've got a nice one in German here. Probably won't get it from its German name. Glurak.
Oh, I know this one.
Golurk.
Gloom.
Rattata.
Charmander.
Close.
Okay. Hold on.
Charmeleon.
Charizard.
Charizard.
Yeah.
Oh, I said that first.
So I'm pretty sure in German, Charizard is... There was like two names for it. It was Glurak and Mudclap.
Ah, okay.
The reason... I don't know... Don't ask me why I know that, but I remember that was a joke when we were in Germany. Someone told me that. It was Glurak and Mudclap or something like that. That's why I heard it before. Wow. Damn.
Okay, so we're going to give Coops that point, Milo. So we're still all in play.
Yeah, fine.
Milo needs one more.
No,
for the
give it
win.
to Milo. Let's move on. No, give it to
No.
Milo.
So, Coops, pick a language.
Japanese.
Japanese.
He's a cock,
Okay.
isn't
Right, okay. Coops, this one's just for you. Fushigidane. And that's probably pronounced really badly, but Fushigidane or Fushigidani.
So if it's for me, it's going to be something good in
Pachirisu.
Oh my god, imagine.
Matthew got it, yes.
Say it again, Ian.
Fushigidane or Fushigidani.
Fushigidani.
Bulbasaur.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
So we're getting there. So the score so far, Milo 2, Mark 2, Coops 1, Gily yet to get on the scoreboard. Mark, which would you like the next Pokemon to be? German, Japanese, or French?
Fuck it. Japanese again, Ian.
Japanese again. Okay, so the last
2 for
Japanese
2
one
on
we've
that.
got for tonight is Yatomori.
Yanma.
Mewtwo.
Rattata.
Yamask.
Okay, no. So your next clue, this Pokemon is from Generation 7, Alola.
Jangmo-o.
It's not Tapu Bulu, is it?
Tapu Lele.
Gily, do you want to throw something in there?
Yeah. Oranguru.
So, the next clue on this one, whether it will help or not, I do not know. It is a poison fire type.
Oh, Salandit.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's not. No. Shit. Oh,
No.
it's not.
Salazzle.
Yes, Gily.
Wow.
Okay, so we're heating up a
damn.
little bit. We're heating up a little bit. So you can choose Gily, either French or German for the next one.
German.
German. Okay, so this is the last German one we've got for tonight. Are you ready? Voltilam.
Mareep.
Milo wins.
Wow.
What the hell, Milo?
Are you German?
Voltilam electric sheep.
Electric
That's it.
sheep, yeah,
Electric
makes
sheep,
I
sense.
heard
yeah.
electric sheep in there.
Voltilam, yes, yeah.
Wow.
Well done, Milo.
I'm
You're
just
this week's
amazed it
winner.
actually had some correlation.
So well done, Milo, this week's winner on Name That Pokemon. Now, some say that Niantic interns are confused by stairs and that their breath smells like a melting computer processor. All we know is it's over to Milo for this week's...
Ask the intern.
Yes, we're bringing this one back again for one very, very quick tweet. So, in reference to the Spring into Spring event, somebody tagged at Niantic Help, will we be able to evolve Flower Crown Togepi's in the upcoming Spring event? To which Niantic support replied, let me explain this, Jeremy. You may not be able to evolve a Flower Crown Togepi, however, you should be able to evolve a Togetic wearing a flower crown to Togekiss with a flower crown. For more info, please visit here. Let us know if you have any questions. To which everyone was sort of like, what the fuck? For a minute.
Yes.
Before proper media outlets actually wrote in and checked with somebody working at Niantic, who then clarified, you will be able to evolve a flower crown Togepi. So no idea what the fuck was going on with that tweet. Somebody was having a Friday jolly and thought, yep, I'm off fucking weekend. See you later, bitches.
I just think, Milo, that it was just some blithering idiot that just found the keyboard. Like, no, you can't.
It's the janitor.
It's like, they've let me loose on the computer.
It's just really random.
Be honest, you didn't want to read that out because of the tweet itself. You wanted to read it out because of the name Jeremy, didn't you?
And it had Togetic in it.
Yeah. It's like all my dreams come true.
Yeah. Freeway with Jeremy Clarkson Togetic.
That's next week's getting to know you question.
There's some fan fiction out there somewhere, but we'll move it swiftly on to our favourite section of the show, which JTGily is going to host for this one. It is Shinies of the Week.
Shinies of the week.
Okay, Shinies of the Week. So we got a couple selections here. We have one from Folky Doki on Twitter. They caught a shiny Blitzel while listening to the podcast.
Nice.
And they evolved it into a Zeeb Striker.
That's a beautiful shiny.
That's a rare shiny. It's a very nice one.
Yeah.
Next up, we got at Freckly B on Twitter. One raid and done. Didn't even realize he could be shiny, and it was literally to use the free daily pass. They got a shiny Thundurus on their first raid.
Nice.
Oh,
One and
nice.
done. Yeah. And
Nice.
that
I
was
wish
an
I could
hour
go one
after
and done.
getting a Jangmo-O.
Ooh.
So they got a
Wow.
Jangmo-O for the first time too, which I've only seen one of them since it's come out. So that's
I
good.
didn't even know it was in the game, to be fair.
It's a little bit rare because you've got to look for it.
It's so hard. And finally, we have another little double whammy. We have at SpydaLog on Twitter.
Say how you read it, GT.
Spolak. I need to also include my first shiny during Community Day. They got a shiny Mudkip, and then they got a Hundo Rockruff while listening to the podcast.
Oh,
So
sweet.
they got a
Nice.
Hundo Rockruff and the shiny Mudkip.
I'll take the tiny wiener.
You will.
And do I pick one of these?
Go on then, pick your favourite.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Which one gets
Yeah,
the
go
vote?
on. Yeah.
I mean, honestly, they're all pretty awesome in their own way, but I'm gonna go with the Blitzel that got evolved into the Zeeb Striker. It's just it's a
I
rare
would
shiny. You
agree.
don't really see many
Yeah.
of those.
Yeah.
So
There we go.
that's pretty rare. I'll give it to that one. Folky Doki.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to agree. And while we're shouting people out, I do just want to shout out one of our amazing Patreon members. I want to shout out Kim. Kim did tweet us at Incensed Podcast. I received my t-shirt just in time for Mudkip Community Day. It's bringing the shiny Mudkip luck on Lake Washington. And she sent a beautiful selfie looking like a Lengting in, I think it's like it's like a charcoal grey Incensed Podcast t-shirt from our merch. So Kim, thank you so much.
Did they have clothes on?
And I don't know what Ian's doing with the sample, but thank you so much for sharing that photo. And if you do have any pictures of merch, send them. Keep sending them in.
Love them. Absolutely love them. And Gily, thank you very much for doing Shinies of the Week.
Yeah.
Thank you, Milo. Thank you, Gily. Gily, we just want to give you a couple of minutes here before we close out the show, just to shout out, tell everybody about your socials, where they can find you, a little bit about yourself. This is your sort of time. Take a couple of minutes just to tell everybody where you are.
at JTGily on all socials if you guys want to check me out. But just doing the Pokemon Go thing. We're still afloat. We got a bunch of travel coming up this year, so that'll be really exciting. And then, of course, hopefully at some point we drop some new music. So, Spotify or wherever you listen to music to, you can find me at Gily on there. So we'll see. There's going to be a lot more YouTube videos before any new music comes out. So probably go on the YouTube first.
That's really lucky, mate. So every single one of your ats is basically just JTGily. You haven't had to change stuff up.
Yeah, I was able to secure them all pretty early on.
Nice.
Yeah, that's the best way to do it.
Have you got that one on OnlyFans as well, JTGily? Just
No. Somebody might have it on there. I didn't get that one.
So that is going to bring this week's show to a close. Thanks, JT, for coming on the show. And we ask this of everyone that we get on with. You want to come back at some point down the road?
Sure, why not?
Mark, note it down. Verbal contract.
Verbal contract.
Yeah.
One of many, JT. One of many.
Sure.
Thank you so much, my friend. So, guys, if you want to share any stories with us, any Shinies of the week, any Hunters of the week, anything you want to share with us, you can hit us up on our socials. That's Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at Incensed Podcast. And please remember, if you want to go old school, you can also reach us at incensepodcast@yahoo.com. And don't forget, a cheeky follow on whatever podcast platform that you're listening to us on really does go a long way, as does a 5-star review or a little review if you are on Apple Podcasts. So if you do want to buy podcast merch, as Coop said, you can find us on Teespring. The link of that will be in the show notes, as will JT's socials as well. That pretty much brings tonight's episode to an end, but we couldn't end without shouting out our patrons. So any of you that are on the bronze and silver tiers, thank you so much for being here. We really do appreciate you. And to the gold tier members who really do make the show sound as good as it does, we want to shout you out by name. So HermesNinja, TishSmith, JB, CliffordMert, SpydaLog, AgentMLI, Martin2292, and DerbyRuss. Thank you so much for being here. We really do appreciate it. And with all that said and done, that's episode 62 in the can. We'll catch you next week for another episode. And on that bombshell, have a good week.
I choose you!